when I started to develop and grow within my career. And it's kind of a boundary that I had for me, to be fair. And it's something that I think a lot of business owners go through, especially when we're creatives and we've got ADHD and we kind of, we've already had so many criticisms in our life. So then take it to a moment where, you're pushing yourself out there. It can feel really challenging. So I said earlier, we get out what we put in. So what I mean by this is I can remember when I started to evolve and really grow in my career. And it was kind of at that tipping point. We all get to that point where you start to get so busy in one thing, it's like breaking point. Okay, so it kind of, for me, I kind of visualize it like a fork in the road. So do I keep doing what I'm doing, or do I kind of just take the leap and just do something different? So I was kind of thinking, right, I'm going to totally stop doing these type of services for clients, and I'm going to just start to focus on this because it's higher value. I'm earning a lot more money and I can do less hours for more money. And you know what? It's just a no-brainer. But these were clients who I had treated for, and done services for 15 years. So it's not just like a little bit. And what I was finding was, as I was starting to grow and I was starting to develop, that all the new services that I started to add in, I wasn't getting a lot of bookings for, and I couldn't understand it because I was absolutely capable, and the skill set that I had was definitely worth it. And it was my husband that said it to me one day. I was so busy with everything, and he was like, something's got to give. And I said, what do you mean? And he's like, look, we've added all these extra things in for you to do, but you're still sat doing the older stuff. Like, what are you doing? And he was saying it from a development role, because he literally is like my biggest cheerleader, and I'm so grateful for him. But it was completely right. And I thought, and the way that I talk about this, and I talk to my mentor clients about this, is every single level that we progress in within our business, we build or create a brand new pair of shoes for us to wear. Okay. And that is where we step into these brand new shoes and we become this new evolved version of ourselves. So I worked really hard to build all these new services and skill sets and build these brand new pair of shoes, but I still kept walking around the old ones because they were comfortable, they were familiar, and I just didn't want to take the leap. And this is a boundary within me, because I just kept saying yes to things. And I think it was because when you first start to build your business, you start to really build and build, and you don't want to say no, because like you know how hard it's took you to get there. We value what we've done, but in the moments we're not valuing how hard we've worked and how we've earned these new pair of shoes. So when my husband said that to me, I thought, you know what, I need to put the new pair of shoes on, because unless I see myself in that brand new pair of shoes, nobody else is going to. And that's where I had to have that boundary of, you can say no. You have earned the right now to be secure enough that you can choose your direction, and that is okay. So put the new shoes on unapologetically and step into the new version. So I did. And I wanted to talk about this because it has been something that's been very pivotal and something that I'll remember throughout my entire career. So when I did that, I told a lot of the clients who I was no longer doing these services for, I can pass you on to so-and-so. I've got lots of different people and learners at that point. I trained lots and lots of different people for it. And, we try to stay loyal to people because that is who we are in our business. And this is no lie. I had people who I had worked with for over 15 years, people who I treated, who I missed bedtimes with my son to fit in. And these people did not even respond. And it was a really difficult time for me, because I was like, it made me feel really kind of mad at me because I'd given more than I should have done. And I thought, never, ever, ever again. Because it has to work for us or it doesn't work at all. And the way you've got to look at it is you've got to do the things that you can live with. So now I look at it in a completely different way, because when you are earning money and you're working in your business, it's a transaction. And if you've worked really hard to build your business and you've got that, that business there where you're offering them services, do not be scared to step into them new pair of shoes and be unapologetic about it. Because on the other end of that are clients who we value very much, but who see things from their own side. And it's about time that we've started to do the same too. So I hope that helps, and I'll see you in the next guide. See you later.